Good morning, everyone. This is Kevin. I am with Coastal Conversations, sitting here with Miss Tara Nettles from Gulf Coast Bank. This episode is brought to you by Neighbors of Destin magazine. Look, if you're a small business in Destin if you're a small business in Fort Walton Beach, Miramar Beach, Santa Rosa Beach, you need to check out Neighbors of Destin magazine. We are a private publication that goes to affluent homes through digital, print, and listings and reviews. Give us a call at 850-325-0805. Miss Nettles.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a bit on the glum side.
Why?
You got to help me out on this one because you got to make me feel better.
Okay.
All right.
I'm happy to do that.
Newsmax. I was going to invest in Newsmax. All right. It was a $500 buy-in, $10 a share, and they jumped up to over $525 in the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. And I feel terrible.
You shouldn't feel terrible.
Tell me some good news that makes me feel good because every time I turn on Newsmax these days, it's driving me crazy.
So here's my advice. Don't turn on Newsmax.
Okay.
I mean, listen, it's sort of like if you've got any money in a 401k or a stock market or anything else, and if you're looking at it every day, you're going to be sad. You're going to be in a bad mood. You just kind of got to say, long term, let's not look at it. Let's focus on some good things.
I got to admit.
Like where we live and how beautiful it is and not Newsmax.
Okay.
How about that?
I'm feeling better.
Okay.
So you've been in the banking business forever. Regions Bank. Some people may know you from Regions Bank. Trustmark, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Many years ago.
Many years ago, and you're coming on a one-year anniversary at Gulf Coast Bank.
That is correct.
Am I saying that right? Gulf Coast National?
Gulf Coast, yes.
Okay. What made you change?
So I've been in banking for a long time. I worked at larger banks, like you said. I was ready to kind of come to a smaller community bank. And that being said, smaller doesn't mean that we can do less. We're doing a lot more. But we're privately owned. We're based out of Louisiana. We've got a great culture. We've got people who really just want to help their customers. We're more of, I guess we like to say, like private bankers. We treat everybody like they're our private client. So I wanted to work at a place that felt like we could actually help someone, not just your number or you call an 800 number. I was ready for a change, and it's a new market, and it's exciting and challenging. So.
Are you guys going to be opening up more branches?
Yes, we are definitely expanding. There will be more in the area. Santa Rosa Beach, we'll be looking at Bay County, possibly looking to expand on the Gulf Coast, Orange Beach, but definitely going to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, truth be told, when I was searching for a bank for my new small business, for everybody out there listening, I did make several phone calls. I came across Gulf Coast Bank, called them, didn't know what to think about them. Then I met Ginger
Yes.
at a business networking meeting, and we talked a little bit. Then I was able to set up a meeting with you and Ginger, and what really sold me on Gulf Coast Bank is when you and I had a conversation on the phone and I was having questions about my LLC. Mm-hmm. You jumped right on the computer. You did research for me. And I believe I actually signed up right then and there.
Yeah.
I gave you all my information. So I'm a good testimony for you. I do love the bank. I do love the small atmosphere. I do love every time I come in there, you give me king cake.
It may or may not be a bribe.
And I found the little plastic toy in there. I didn't know that was a thing.
So listen, that's the baby. So that means if you found it, that means you have to buy the next one. So
I didn't know
come
that.
around next year in January, when it starts again, that means you have to bring us a cake. But we'll bring you one. If you come by every week, we have a new one. So.
And you get them from where?
So Ginger, who you met, she's actually one of the associates who moved from Louisiana to come to Florida permanently. And so Ginger still goes back to Louisiana pretty frequently, and she will go to different places in Louisiana to bring home the cakes. We have a couple of them that you can have shipped, but we basically are doing a different king cake every week during the season up to Mardi Gras, and then that ends because then we have Lent. So
Now, am I special, or do you give king cake out to everybody?
I mean, you're special, but we do offer king cake to everybody. So,
That's pretty cool. You're a Florida graduate, right?
yes, University of Florida.
And before then, where did you go to school?
So, I grew up down in South Florida on the East Coast, down in Boca Raton, and lived there from the time I was 5 until I went to college, and then was in Gainesville for 12 years. Stayed there for a little bit after school, and then ended up moving here 2002. So I keep going north, but I think this is it. So
This is it.
this is it.
And you live in Santa Rosa Beach right now.
Yeah, and I've pretty much always lived in Santa Rosa Beach. There was maybe a year or two where I was in Inlet Beach area. So
Got a big game tomorrow.
yes, we do. It's actually, I'm not a huge college basketball fan, except when it gets really important. And right now, Final Four is a little bit important. So it's a great game. It's just,
How do you
don't
feel
know.
about it?
I mean, I'm excited. I find it a little stressful. I'm a football girl. I like football. Basketball is very fast. Basketball is up to the very last minute. You think, oh, it's going to be over, and then it's not. You just can't. You can't predict who's going to win.
And you got Auburn.
I know. Listen, I'm happy it's SEC. I'm an SEC girl, so
I am an SEC guy, but I got to go with the Dogs.
I know. I know you do. It's okay.
But we stink at basketball. We got their number in football, but for some reason we can't recruit for basketball. We don't have enough money with the NIL.
Yeah. I
You know, they're paying players these days.
Yes.
So what should the world know about you? Family?
Yeah. So I have a husband who's lived here, let's see, I think 15 years. We've been married 5, together 10. And I have a stepson, Liam, who's 13. And he's worked in this area. He's a community association manager. And he's out now and works in Rosemary Beach. And let's see. I don't know. I've just lived here, seen so many changes. I've seen it grow. I've seen 2008, everything stopped. Was here for the oil spill in 2010. So I've seen all kinds of changes where there was growth and then stopped for a long, long time. And then here we are. I mean, it's exploding.
It is exploding.
Yeah.
I love Destin.
I do
Finally
too.
got some great weather.
Finally. Yes.
I know. And hopefully no hurricanes this year. But
Or could be snow. We don't know.
well, there was that snowstorm, right?
Yes.
We got 8 hours of snow that I was videotaping in my apartment right down the road. Unbelievable. Brought back Chicago memories.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. So I haven't seen snow really since I was a little girl in New York. And so when we went outside and I thought, oh, it's just going to be a little bit of snow, no big deal. Next thing I know, we measured, and we had almost 6 inches in our backyard.
Good gracious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you build a snowman?
We did build a snowman. The dogs knocked down the snowman. We have a screened-in enclosure that had so much snow on it, and I thought, oh, this is going to collapse. What do I do? So my husband has wonderful video of me with a blower, like a leaf blower, standing there blowing the snow, and he made fun. But guess what? It worked. And then later on, people's pictures were coming in, and their screens collapsed.
Yeah. I'd live in an apartment, but so we didn't get any love over there. Ton of snow, melted in 3 days, which was pretty cool. I couldn't get the wife out there to pull me around in the car.
Oh.
That's what we used to do up in Chicago
Yeah.
all the time. I don't know if you ever had that kind of fun. But
No, I did. Like I said, when I was little, and then maybe on vacation, but that's about it. I never thought I'd see it in Florida. Even though we're north, I just never thought I'd see it.
So back to Gulf Coast.
Yes.
You made the change a year ago. You got the 1 year anniversary coming up. Did they recruit you? I mean, I know you went from branch manager at Regions Bank to you weren't the president at Trustmark.
No, same thing,
Same thing,
position.
and then now you're the VP and branch manager at Gulf Coast.
Yes. So basically doing the same job of branch manager, business development, trying to get our name out there. But one of the main reasons that I decided to go is we had somebody who, the president, Jonathan, who had worked at Trustmark for over 20 years, and he made the decision to really go with Gulf Coast and start the market. So he's the one who went to Louisiana and talked with them there and then said, okay, let's start a bank here. So we did that. And I had worked with Jonathan for so many years and got to do not just branch manager, but when there was the crisis with COVID and we were doing PPP loans, We had a group of people that worked closely, and we were working crazy hours taking care of those loans. And I really got to see that Jonathan was somebody to look up to, kind of a mentor. And so when he told me he was leaving, I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? And then it took a while, and finally he said, hey, would you like to come? And I jumped right on it. So took a couple people with us. Everybody was just kind of ready to grow, do something a little bit different. And it's scary starting something new. You don't have a base where you've always had a place where customers come in and know where you are. It's like, okay, we're here, now what? You call on the people that you know, but then you go out and you meet new people. And that was one of the cool things about when you called us. And I always say to people, how did you hear about us? Because we're so new here. People in Louisiana know who we are, but Florida, not so much. And so it was great that you decided to come in and we got to know each other. And I was really excited that you got the word out for us.
Yeah, it was. I had a meeting with Michael from 38 Pontoon Rentals.
Yeah, Michael Knapp.
Michael Knapp.
Yes.
And he mentioned that I should call Jonathan, who I've actually never spoken to.
I know, because he's out. We see him a lot, but we joke because he's out. You'll see his signs. He's financing commercial loans, doing that kind of thing. But yeah, you will meet him. He's just wonderful. And he's been here in the area for a long time and knows a lot of people as well. And very strong within the community.
So what's your favorite thing to do in Destin or Santa Rosa Beach? Do you go to the beach a lot?
So it's so funny now. Everybody always asks us that. So we will walk down to the beach from where I live. It's probably about a half mile. We're close to Gulf Place. And so we'll walk on the beach, but I don't go to the beach as much. What I just really like is I do like this time of year and in the fall when it's not super hot. I like getting out. Maybe going out to some of the state parks, maybe doing paddle boarding, that kind of thing. But we're not sit on the beach people.
No?
No, we're just not.
Walk on the beach early morning?
We'll walk on the beach. Yeah, we will. We'll walk on the beach.
What
But I
about
like
fishing?
it. So my son, he likes to fish. But we don't have a boat. We've decided we need a friend with a boat because we don't want to have a boat because there's a lot of money involved. So if you have a boat, Kevin.
No, I'm working towards it. David might have one. I don't know, but I'm working towards getting a boat. Somebody told me one time the two best days of owning a boat are the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of weary about that. I'm looking for friends with
I was
boats
like, we need
too.
to find some friends with a boat. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, and Destin's got just a ton of them out there.
Oh my gosh, and they have the poker run, they have Billy Bowlegs, they have all kinds of things that go on. So I know it's fun.
Do you ever go down to Harbor Walk?
Yeah, I have been down to Harbor Walk a couple of times, and I like. I think what happens when you've lived here for 20 years, you forget about those things. So you might go. For us, sometimes we'll go 1 or 2 years, and we're like, oh, we need to go down to Harbor Walk. It's not even far. You end up feeling like you live in a bubble sometimes. Like, oh, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go down to Destin. What are we talking? 5-6 miles? For me from work, that's really far. But it's nice to go. We go when we have family come in town or friends. And I think that's the best part is living somewhere that people want to come visit you and you get to rediscover it. So, down at Harbor Walk, they've got all the shops. You can take a boat out. That's wonderful. We've gone deep sea fishing, which is fun, unless you get seasick, not so much. But it's nice just to discover things almost like a tourist all over again because you don't get to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's fun watching the boats come in that have been out deep sea fishing and all the fish that they're bringing in.
Oh, I know. So what I like is the one thing, if you go down to the docks, like at Harbor Docks, that's where they bring all that in. And if you like sushi, there's different restaurants, but they have some of the best sushi at Harbor Docks too. But you can go and you can see the fish that they're bringing in and know, hey, I could just be eating that in about 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
And that's pretty cool.
Now, when you went deep sea fishing, did you catch anything?
I did not catch anything, no. I just enjoyed the day. I thought it was beautiful. I did fish. I just didn't catch anything.
When we were in San Diego, I came from Tucson. I did a triangle, Chicago, Atlanta, Tucson, came back. But we went deep sea fishing in San Diego. Mm-hmm. And it's like this tuna walk thing because you're on the starboard side and what's the other side of it? I don't even know what the heck it is. But the tuna shuffle is what they call it. You throw your line in and then you kind of like mosey on down the side of it and pick your line up. But I caught my first fish And then what they make you do, well, first off, which was crazy, is I brought a banana on the boat, which somebody told me
I was
that
like,
that's like so bad luck
I was like, is that? I don't know what that means.
it
That's
was
bad luck.
that's
That's a
bad
thing.
luck. I didn't know it was a thing,
Oh,
so they made me throw the banana overboard. But when you catch your first fish, which I did, the sushi out of the ocean is amazing. By the way,
It
just
is.
cutting it right out of there. I mean, you're eating it within seconds, but it's pretty gross. But they cut the heart out of the fish, your first one, and you're supposed to take a bite out of it.
Well, yeah, you're like a warrior.
Yeah,
You become one.
it's like the first kill.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it was kind of fun. But we had fish for days: tuna, yellowfin, and blue tail, or bluefin and yellowtail.
Oh yeah, that's some good fish. That's
And down at Harbor Walk, I think there's some restaurants that they'll cook your catch for you.
yeah, they will.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, they absolutely will do that. See, now you make me want to go fishing. Now we're going to have to book a trip to go out.
We
and do that.
should.
So yeah, that would be fun.
Now, who are we going to find?
I don't know. We can find lots of people.
We
Come
can
on.
call Mike.
Yeah, we can call Mike. He may know a guy. No, he's got plenty. It depends how luxury do you want to go. He's got pontoons all the way up. I think he's got some yachts as well.
Yeah, he's into that yacht charter thing. Mike, if you're listening, give us a call.
That's right.
So, is Santa Rosa Beach, do they offer anything down there as far as boats?
I'm trying to think. Not as much. You'll see a lot of people launching out at the bay, because we've got the bay on one side and then we've got the Gulf on the other. I can't say that I've ever taken a boat. Maybe down towards Inlet Beach, Lake Powell, that area, but I haven't personally done that to take a boat over there. It's a little bit, I think it's, a little bit more crowded, and we don't have the harbor the way that Destin does with the ability to do that. That's another one. You have to know somebody. If you know somebody with a boat, there you go.
The boat thing again. As far as Gulf Coast Bank goes, small business loans. Do you get a lot of businesses around town that are coming to you? I mean, I drive by McCaskill and Company all the time and see that you've your sign up there, so you help them with their new edition, which is cool.
Jonathan's helping them. Gulf Coast Bank is a part of that. We're really excited to do that. And so small businesses, larger businesses, I mean, we've done a couple of things. We've done something larger scale. We've done a Publix in Panama City, with participating with other banks. And then we do work, there's some really small businesses who are just trying to get started. So they have the opportunity where they can go through the SBA first. And then we participate with the SBA because they guarantee a certain amount. So we'll help that business grow. So we do everything from, the smallest startup to somebody who's been around for a long time and maybe just needs to expand.
What's the best way to find you? Do the people know that they can come to you and do these things? Because you're probably the youngest bank in Destin, or you're in Miramar, or is it Santa Rosa?
We're in Miramar Beach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, I would say we are the youngest bank in Miramar Beach at this point. And so that's part of what we've been doing for the past year, is trying to get our name out there. We've got we have some billboards out with Jonathan, I think, in Miramar Beach and in Destin. Word of mouth, because a lot of us has been in the community for 20 years, or coming up on 20 years. And so it's people that we know. But then having somebody like you, where you've got your magazine, I would say, we need to get the word out, advertising. This is a great opportunity to sit and talk with you, Kevin, and we appreciate that. So getting our name out, we're doing our best. And look, all of us, when we're out and about, if we're out at lunch or we're out at the chamber, or maybe we have some other meetings we go to, CAI, we just are networking and trying to talk to people. And it's not even about, hey, of course we want you to come bank with us, but it's also about helping each other in the community. We want to help other businesses so that we can all get out there and be successful and make it a community.
You mentioned the chamber. Which chambers are you a part of?
So we're part of Destin Chamber, and we're a part of Walton Area Chamber. And it seems like right now we've been doing a little bit more with Destin Chamber. Ginger does a lot of the chamber events. It's a little more convenient for us work-wise where we are, but that doesn't mean that we won't do more with them.
Do they put on a lot of events, the chamber?
Oh, the Destin Chamber? I mean, I feel like you could probably have an event every day whether it's a ribbon cutting for a new business, maybe it's a before hours. They'll have breakfast. They'll have after hours. They've got awards functions, but they're always out in the community. I've met different people, and that's the cool thing. You can go and live here for 20 years and see people you've known, but then you get to talk to people who are brand new. But somehow what always seems to happen is it leads back to you have somebody in common. Somehow you just know the same people. And look, Ginger's from Louisiana, so that's the best part. We joke with her. She's from Louisiana. She can go to a chamber function where she's never met anybody. She sits down. Next thing you know, she comes back from chamber, and we said, how was it? Oh, you're not going to believe it. So-and-so is from Chalmette, and their neighbor lived next to me. And she can't go anywhere without knowing someone. So that's all the way from Louisiana.
She's got that awesome accent,
Yes,
too.
she does. Yes, she does. She is, I joke about it, but I think I really do mean it. She's kind of the glue that holds the rest of us together. We needed that Louisiana. We needed Ginger. So
Lagniappe or
Lagniappe.
Lagniappe.
Yes.
The Louisiana terminology. It means what?
I don't even know. Is it relax? Is it? Oh, now I'm embarrassed. Gulf Coast is going to be mad.
There is a terminology
There is a
for
terminology. Somebody Google it. Look it up.
Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, come on. Get me off the spot here.
I do love the New Orleans culture. I love that she came in and worked with you guys. I mean, she was a really big part of me going to the next step when I met her at the BNI group. So I do appreciate her wisdom that brought me to you. And then meeting you was just amazing as well.
We've got a good team, and I think what's really amazing is, and it's not just you saying that, we've had multiple people come in and say, man, when we come in, it's just such a warm atmosphere. It's so friendly. You guys make it so easy, and it helps that we might hand you a piece of king cake. But thank you for saying that, because it really means a lot. That's why we're working there. That's why we work together as a team, because we just want that feeling. And we want people to know, hey, we're here to help you.
So you're going on a year. Is that how long it's been open?
No, I think we officially opened August 21st. We didn't have the grand opening until after it got delayed. There were one hurricane, almost two, I think. But Jonathan's been here over a year. He was doing the lending part of it before we were actually having the branch open. And Ginger was here before us, too, because Ginger had to come and help. She moved from Louisiana. She still goes back and forth, but she was really in there. We didn't even have the office open. We were renting office space over in the Beachworks building, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. Across from Destin Commons.
Okay.
There's office space upstairs. And so it was, I think, Jonathan and Ginger in there for quite a while before we were able to do our training in Louisiana and come back and do stuff. We actually have pictures with our space that wasn't completely built out yet, almost built out. But there's some pictures. We were looking at them yesterday. Ginger and then Liz, who I work with, they had cardboard boxes that they were kind of using with their laptops opening accounts. We weren't letting customers in, but that doesn't mean we weren't opening. I mean, that's the difference in banking, I think, all over. You don't have people just walking in anymore. You can do everything over the phone or DocuSign, or, you don't physically have to come in.
It's a digital world.
It is a digital world.
And Liz was amazing, too.
Yeah, she is. We've got Liz, we've got Andrew, Jonathan, Ginger, and Aubrey. Aubrey, too. She's been with Jonathan for 18 years. As his loan assistant. So,
wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's old school. Listen, we're a good team.
Yeah, you guys have been working together for a long time.
A long time. And that's what I said. And then we got Ginger. Who knew? How did we get so lucky? But truly, it's not just Ginger. It's everybody. When you go to Louisiana, it's everybody is that way. It's just, I say to them, look, they feed you when you go to Louisiana, too. But I always say, these are my people, because you just are there to do the same thing, have a good time, work hard, enjoy life.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your favorite restaurants in town?
Well, it depends. So I like sushi. We eat a lot of sushi. So I've got a couple. I like VKI in Santa Rosa Beach. I like Harbor Docks. I love Sushimoto when we can get into Sushimoto. There's also a place down by us in Santa Rosa, Down Island. They've got a lot of different things there. We love that place. We go to, in Grand Boulevard, we go to Bricktops, McGuire's. McGuire's was the first place I ever ate when I came to Destin. And it's still my favorite. And if I go after 4 o'clock, I can have their smoked prime rib, which is one of my favorite things there.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. It's good. It is good.
Is that every day after 4 o'clock?
I think it's every day after 4 o'clock. It's just, it has to be after 4 o'clock. That I know.
Because they cook it all day.
They cook it all day, and when you go into the parking lot, you can smell it, and it's amazing. And look, all their food's good. They have huge portions. That's the other thing. You always are going to have leftovers.
And it's such a homey place.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. The staff is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I love McGuire's, too.
It's fun. It's a fun place, and it's just, I don't know, there's nothing like it. I know there was one in Pensacola, and they just opened one down in Panama City Beach, but the one in Destin, that's just, like I said, it's the first place I ever ate when I moved here.
Do you ever... People talk about Crab Island a lot. Do you ever go out to Crab Island?
Listen, when I was much younger, I may or may not have been out to Crab Island a lot of times, but it's probably been, 15 years. And it's a lot of fun, and they've done a lot of cool things. It's just an experience. I think everybody should kind of go out there and see.
My daughter's been, but I just can't... Back in my younger days, yes. I probably would have been out there all the time. Yeah. But to me, I stay away from the party atmosphere a little bit. It's kind of crazy.
I can't hang anymore. I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, nope.
No.
Can't do it.
There's no way. There's a good appeal to it, a good draw, and everybody makes a lot of money doing it. I love the little tiki bars that float around. Mm-hmm. Now, that is a cool idea.
It is very cool.
I mean, a bar on the water is spectacular, in my opinion. If I was still visiting bars, it'd probably be the place to go.
And that's how I feel, too. Those days have... Yeah, that ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah, see?
There, you fit one in there.
Every once in a while,
Man, so plans for Gulf Coast Bank, Fort Walton, you said?
We're looking at Fort Walton. We're looking at Bay County. We're going to have another location in Santa Rosa Beach. But, that takes time to build. I think we're still going to keep our location that we have in Miramar Beach, which is a great location. But a lot of things that we do aren't necessarily limited to just our area as far as lending. That's all over the country. So it doesn't matter. But what I do, that's the other thing you asked me, and I was thinking about this. One of the best parts about me moving to Gulf Coast is their definition of what my job is as a branch manager. It's supposed to be go out, meet people. We just want you to meet people. We want you to talk to them. We want you to give them advice, and invite them to come bank with us. So I'm not in a branch kind of stuck in my office, which sometimes I need to be. But I get out. I can go. I can pick up somebody's deposits. I can go bring them paperwork if I need to. I can stop by and bring them donuts. And it took me a little while to get into that mindset, like, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing. But it's the favorite part of my job now. It's just going out and talking to people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So last question for you. Why should people... If they're in another bank, let's just go this way.
Sure.
Why should they take what they have and bring it to Gulf Coast Bank?
And that's a good question. And I will say this too. Many people feel like, well, I don't want to leave my bank because I have to move everything. Look, we'd be happy to have you move everything, but that's not usually the case. A lot of people have different banks for different needs. So I would say if you're the kind of person who wants to come and actually know who your banker is, you can pick up the phone and call me or any of us, Liz, Andrew, Jonathan, Aubrey, Ginger. You pick up the phone or you text us if you want to be able to know who your bankers are, that your money's taken care of. If there's some kind of fraud or something going on, you're going to have somebody in your corner who you can just say, hey, can you help me with this? And we're going to help you. You're not going to call an 800 number and hope that somebody answers or somebody calls you back. It's like, I remember when I first started in banking, somebody said, if you're a good banker, you need to tell your clients you should be in their phone. You might have your doctor in your phone. You might have your lawyer in your phone. Why don't you have your banker in your phone? Because money's important. So to me, that's why I would say come to Gulf Coast, because put us in your phone. We'll be there to take care of it.
I can attest to that. You've actually picked up the phone every single time I've called.
Yeah.
You've never, I mean, and if it's a message that I have to leave, you call me back within 5 minutes. So I do get that personal touch, and I really, really love it.
Oh, thanks, Kevin.
Is there an age limit? I mean, you have to be at least 18 to open up an account there, or
So you don't have to be 18. You can be younger. We have student accounts. But in that case, a lot of times we'll ask that an adult will be on the account with you. But if you've got an ID and you're at least 15, then we can go ahead and open the account.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no age limit. I mean, listen, we just opened up a checking account for my son. He's 13. So we're starting early because there's been a couple of things that have happened where we go, oh, yeah, we need to do this. And I'm a banker, so he needs to really understand how money works. And he's excited because he got a debit card, so they can have a debit card. I think what he's not excited about is digital banking, online banking. Guess who can see everything he spends his money on? Me and his dad. I don't think he's excited about that.
Right. Remember the days back in school where they used to make us have to balance checkbooks and
yeah.
registers and all the stuff like that? I mean,
So
those days are over.
It's pretty close to over. We still get people who come in asking for check registers, and we get really excited because not very many people ask for check registers. But that was the deal with him too. We said, you've got to keep track of it. I understand you can see it online, but you need to keep track because you need to learn how to budget and where the money goes and understand. And he says, yeah, but that's math. And I said, yeah, but you need it to live. So
It's, I didn't even ask. Do you guys actually have checks?
yeah, of course we have checks. I'll be happy to order you some. Listen, people still use checks. A lot of the businesses use checks too. So there's a little
Okay.
bit of everything.
Payroll check and stuff like that?
Payroll checks, and then there's a lot of fraud in this world. So people who send checks, there are fraudsters out there who can take advantage of that, and we have programs that we offer for free to make sure that those checks don't get into the wrong hands and somebody washes a check or somebody uses it to their benefit. So that's a whole nother thing. We've got great fraud protection.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Tara Nettles. It
All
has
right,
been a
Kevin.
pleasure talking to you. I'm glad I got to know a little bit more about you, Gulf Coast Bank. We're going to be with you for a long time. We sure appreciate everything.
Well, thank you so much. This has been really an honor. I've never been asked to do a podcast. This is my first time, so it was exciting. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's Casual Conversations, guys. Hope you stay tuned. Check us out on YouTube. We'll be on Spotify and Apple soon. Y'all have a great day.
Great. And Lagniappe means, it's a Cajun French word meaning a little something extra.
That's
or a
it.
Small gift or bonus given to a customer.
Yeah.
Let's retape.
Right?
I'm
I was
so
like,
willing, you can talk about that.
no, it's okay. I cracked up. I was like, oh my gosh, Ginger's going to kill me.